Welcome to The Good Ride. I'm James Beastie and I love my brain. So that is why I'm talking about helmets today. This is the Smith method. It replaced the Maze. It's their MIPS, multi-angle impact protection technology. Next to it is the Scout, another helmet you might be considering if you're considering the method. And then next to that is the Vantage if you're considering an ultra high-end helmet. I'll be primarily talking about this, but I will reference the others as well, especially the Scout. I've ridden this a lot this season and I put a lot of time in before doing the review. I didn't want to rush this review because it's something I'm going to be using for a long time, so I wanted to give a detailed, in-depth take on this. So I've probably put about 20 days on this so far in a wide variety of conditions, everything from warm spring-like conditions to very cold conditions to light snow to dumping and rain. And this is my take. First off, when it comes to weight, this is light, very light. It took over where the Maze was in that ultralight world, and it just feels so easy on your head. On my scale, this is 0.8 pounds. The Scout is 1.2, and the Vantage is 1.2. And that's my scale. You can go on to Smith's website and get the exact specs, but I thought it would be good for me to actually weigh them and see what they're like in comparison to what it says online. Let's talk about fit. I'm a 57 to 57.5 centimeter head, depending on how much hair I have. This medium, that's 56 to 58 centimeters, fits really well. I like the lower profile, and the goggle compatibility is really good. The only thing I would say is you can see this brim meets right where the goggles end, and I would like to see the brim go out a touch more. I would love it if it had a little bit of this. I wouldn't mind adding some weight to have a little extra here, but you can see the seal is pretty good. And then there's ventilation that comes in and up, so you don't have a problem there. But what I find is sometimes on powder days or when I slash really hard and spray up a lot of snow and it gets into my face, sometimes if I'm bouncing when I do that, this can open up a little bit and I get a little more snow inside this than I do the Scout or the Vantage when I'm snowboarding. But overall, it's a pretty great fit. I love this latch in the back to hold the goggles. I actually prefer it over the Vantage's goggle holder here, just because this has broken on me over time. It can stretch out and then eventually break. Let's talk Vantage here. You can see it has a nice low profile helmet too. That's very close to the Method. And the Method seems to be a little lower in profile compared to my old Maze. I do like this brim and this cover here. And as you can see, there are little vents here that go up and out for the Method. Same thing for the Vantage, but you have that little brim. I get a little more protection from a powder day. You can see it has a really nice angle here to protect and to keep the snow from getting in on the side. It's very compatible with my Smith 4D Mag, which are really expensive, really nice goggles. But here's the thing, I haven't met a goggle that doesn't integrate well with Smith. A lot of people are worried about getting the same goggle to match the same helmet, and I haven't found that to be a huge problem. And here is what the Scout looks like on my head with goggles. I like this brim. I think this would make the Method the perfect helmet if it had just a little more brim, but they're going for ultralight, shaving everything off they can. I don't personally think that's necessary, but you can see with this one, I have a nice fit around the goggles too, a nice fit on the head, but the Method and the Vantage are definitely lower profile. Rewind the video and you can see. This does have an elastic adjustable thing right here, same as the Scout. But if you really want perfect adjustability for your head, because it is a 2 centimeter difference, it's definitely the Vantage with that BOA. In terms of warmth, this method is very warm. I found the Scout to be just a little bit warmer. Maybe it's that thicker dome, but overall, this is very warm, and it's not bad on a hot day as well. Let's say you're doing some spring riding. I find that when you get going down the hill, this works really well at running air through the helmet and then out those vents in the back. I thought this would break me because I run warm, but I found it was surprisingly easy to use on spring days. I don't know how, I don't know why. And I came from the Vantage that you see here that has all this venting. Yes, this vented easier, but I was surprised that it wasn't that massive of a difference, especially in same day tests between this and the Vantage or the old Maze, which had the exact same venting as the Method. This Scout I found to be the least easy on a spring day, hot day. This just ran a little bit warmer, but it's still manageable. All of these helmets have audio ear pad compatibility. All you do is zip this open, pull out the little stuffing for the ear pads here. There's just some foam in there, and then you drop these in. For me personally, I like Outdoor Tech a lot better than I like Alec. I haven't been able to get Alec's basic functions to work with any of the ones I have. I find the sound isn't as good either, nor is the battery life. I just like these Outdoor Tech discs a lot better. Smith used to work with Outdoor Tech, and I liked it best when they did. These Alecs I just haven't found to be reliable enough to work with. You can easily pop out ear pads if you want to wear a beanie and not have ear pads and have a different look. All of these are compatible that way, and it's really easy to snap the ear pads back in. The chin strap is nice and comfortable, it's adjustable, and this is very easy on and off, even with gloves on. I've taken these on uphill travel. They sit in my backpack while I go uphill, and when I'm at the top of the hill doing some drift boarding or split boarding and it's time to go down, I can put this on with my gloves on if I'm really cold, and I appreciate that. I also appreciate the really light weight. And overall, this lightweight Method is a nice replacement to the Maze. It just feels really easy on your head. If you're somebody who doesn't like helmets, but understands the value of a helmet and you want the lightest feeling on your head, this is the best choice. This is what I've been primarily using on sunnier days and some moderate powder days. And then on those days where it's just absolutely dumping and I want to brim over my goggles with moderate venting, but not as good as the Method or the Vantage, this is a great solution as well. But if I were to choose one helmet for all the time, it would be this Method. I just love how light it is. I love how minimalist it is. I love how low profile it is, and it's got good protection. If you hit your head with any of these though, and this goes with pretty much all helmets in the industry, get a new helmet, because the area where you hit can no longer protect you again. So there you have it. That's the Method. Hope this helps.